another episode of Desire to Inspire, your mama's favorite podcast. Back here on the comfy couch.
I saw you were doubled up. I got jealous. I was like, that looks better.
It makes it easier.
Sitting up. Oh, yeah, dude. I feel like I'm in a booster seat right now.
Yeah.
I still feel like we're the same height, man.
Which I like. I'm not mad about that.
How's that a thing, though?
Because I'm a fucking giant.
I'm going to ask you an actual question that I don't know the answer to. Can you get buffaloed with these?
I don't think so, because it's not like it's
That's
alcohol.
how I feel, right?
Yeah, so no. You can drink that with your right hand.
I just want to double check, because I don't feel like chugging an alcoholic beer on air.
I will have to tell you that when I was in Georgia this past weekend, it was so nice.
Not having to worry about it?
Not having to worry about it. I was telling the guys about it there, and they were like, what the hell's wrong with you guys?
No one would play?
No one wanted to play.
Were you trying to get them in?
No, I wasn't, because I didn't want to have to worry all weekend.
Yeah.
So it was a good time being able to catch up and see that group of people that I met during my Dallas days.
Oh, that's where they're all from?
Yeah, so they're all
from... How did you guys go to Georgia?
They're all from Georgia, but I met my one buddy in Dallas, became really close with him, was in his wedding, and then naturally because of that, met all of his boys in the wedding.
Gotcha.
And so, yeah, it was a good time. We had fun. We got
You're the only outsider in the league?
Me and my buddy John are, yeah. We're the two Dallas people, and then everybody else is Georgia. So
cool.
It was a really fun time. We went out there, and I know you know this, but I'm going to elaborate on it because the last 3 years I've been in a fantasy league, and it's been pretty dry in the sense of, like, once we draft, like, nobody says anything in the chat. And so this year I wasn't going to do it because I was like, dude, I want to be in a league that I can talk shit. People talk shit back. And Matt never hit us up to start that league, and he's kind of been, like, the commissioner of it. So I was like, all right, that works out perfect. I didn't have to say I wasn't going to do it. And he texted John and I on the side. He was like, hey, would you guys like to bring the Bachelor group back together? Do a fantasy league.
Oh, so this is a whole new league.
Whole new league, whole new group of people. The only people that are the same are me, Matt, and John. But he brought his Bachelor boys, all his best friends, back together for this league. And shout out to our sponsors real quick. We'll do a segment in a second, but it gets better every time. Anyways, so while we were there, we got after it the first night. They really got after it the first night. And we just had fun, just everybody reminiscing, being back together, shooting the shit about old things when we were all together, and got the night started. And then the next day, we were hanging out on the lake because the lake was right in Georgia. What lake was it in Georgia?
Don't know any Georgia lakes, so you're looking at the wrong guy.
I forget what it was, but their house was right on the lake is what I was going to say. And so we were down there just hanging out on little rafts all day, and there's like this double-decker thing where like the boat and jet skis were on this level, and then up above it was like a sun area with a table with laying out chairs. And so we went up there and we did like a little draft combine of flip cup, beer pong, and then we had to jump off of that mezzanine into the water, and as soon as we hit, the time stopped. So I got third round pick. But the point of this story is because we actually have what I think is a pretty funny and good loser. This is what you have to do. So we're going to go and do the draft next year in Nashville. And the loser of the league has to dress up as a girl and sing Shania Twain at the bars that we go to. And
how many?
They wanted to do that somebody would have to sing through an entire album of Shania Twain.
I thought it was just one, like one song.
They're talking about the whole album. And I was like, there's no way a place is going to let us go up there and just sing an album.
There's also no way that any of you are going to know an entire Shania Twain album.
No, not at all. Not at all. But yeah, so that'll be entertaining. I'm sure Nomis will lose because he sucks, and he's going to lose. So
yeah, we don't have a loser punishment this year.
Oh, really?
We brought it up and no one said anything, so I'm going to have to send out a text this week before the season starts and figure it out.
Yep.
Because I don't vote because I'm the commissioner. So, like, I don't vote, so there's never any ties to break.
Okay.
It's just the rest of the league votes, and there's always, if it's 5-4, that's what goes.
So you got a 10-person league?
Yeah.
Ours is 8-person.
You're talking about stacking teams with an 8-person league, bro.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be a fun season. I'm excited. I think that this year I'm actually going to pay attention to football so I can talk about other players and actually know what's going on.
Yeah.
Where previously it was like, okay, I'll set this roster and then be done with it. Like this year, I think I'm actually going to care about it. To the
I
point,
only care about my team. Like I don't follow like religiously, but I will check in on what my team's doing at all times.
Yep. That's how I'm going to be as well. I even like thought about buying the NFL Sunday ticket instead of like having to go out to the bars. And then
we got it.
I heard that you guys have it, so J Money coming in clutch.
Mm-hmm. I'm supposed to split it with him, but I haven't done that yet. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, my league at this point, they said if it's not everyone said, but it's been an in-person draft every single season we've done it. This is the first one it wasn't, just because it's a lot of moving parts and everyone's kind of dragging their feet.
Mm-hmm.
People were like voting PPR, non-PPR. I'm in with this. I'm out of this. We're like, let's just stay where we're at so we don't lose half the fucking league and be fucked the month before. But next year they said if it's not in person, a lot of people are dropping. Which actually I don't want to be in if it's not in person.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason.
That was the first time I've ever done an in-person one, and dude, it was a fucking blast.
Did you guys have like a big board?
Yep. Yeah. Where we went up and we stuck it.
Yep.
And, yeah.
The only thing that sucks about that is like online draft, you're done in under 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
In-person draft, you're there all night.
Yeah. We still held the
like the clock.
The clock.
We did it last year, but after so long, like people are off doing something else, and it just becomes a shit show.
Yeah, no, we stuck to it. So ours only took about an hour because we.
That's fast.
Yeah.
Oh, you only have 8 guys.
8 guys. So we stuck to it, and like we would draft, and then we would go up there and stick the sticker on it.
Oh, you guys had it on your computers?
Yeah.
See, we don't even do that. I have to enter everyone in the next day.
Oh, Jesus.
Like I manually go through and enter in teams the next day. So like we have to make sure, because we fucked this up before, take a picture of the draft board, so there's no questions after the fact.
Okay. So you guys are real hands-on.
Yeah, which sucks. Like at one point, one person wasn't there, so they're calling in. They had someone come for them, and they're calling it. Like literally, it was like the draft. Like they're calling whoever their GM is, and like he's got to do it. And that was even more of a hassle because it's so fucking loud in there with 10 dudes plus a couple extra guys usually show up.
Yep.
Just a party. So it's a good time though.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Fantasy.
I appreciate the little advice that you and Justin gave, because I've done it before, but like I've kind of had always somebody in the background that would like help me.
Yeah.
Just because, again, I'd never follow it enough. I get so frustrated that people can be like, Justin Jefferson and this person and that person did blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are saying. It's like that emoji with all the question marks.
Matt had that this year. Matt had somebody helping him on the back end.
Okay.
And he didn't tell us till after the draft was over. Because I would have texted and said, shut that shit down.
Yeah.
That's fucking Marcus.
So, was it?
Yeah.
So what I did was I kind of took your guys' knowledge of just like, hey, consider these things. And then I would go online and I was like researching like people who did mock drafts and that kind of shit to find like similarities and differences. There was one round that I fucked up and picked somebody that I didn't want to because I was going back and forth just to like kind of get the next like 3 picks that I had in mind of like people in those different positions. And ended up picking, I think it was like a wide receiver before another running back that I needed. And that wide receiver could have went the next
rounds
yeah.
later. Yeah.
So
that's how it always goes.
One person on my team that I'm like, fuck. But he still ranks up there, so we'll see how it is.
It always goes that way, man. You can't draft perfect.
That would be, you know what I was thinking actually? I was going to say that would be cool to have like some sort of online presence into your fantasy league or into like a fantasy league where you see the shit talking, you see the draft, you see weekly updates or like whatever. I don't know what that would look like.
What do you mean?
Like having a social media channel where like the group collectively sits down and almost podcasts about.
No one in your, you like where you actually speak?
Yeah.
Oh, because I was about to be like, you haven't, like, has anyone in your league changed players yet?
Not yet, no.
ESPN is what you use, right?
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever seen it. The way that the chat is set up is totally different than last year.
Oh, really?
Like last year would just show, like, here's the names.
Yeah.
I've seen multiple come through today. People are already picking you up and dropping people. And it, like, puts it in there, and it's the entire chat. Like, you could respond where they're picking up and dropping players.
I like that.
So it's pretty cool. I mean, we have a group chat that stays active throughout the whole season, and then usually, like, a little bit after, like, randomly throughout the season, you'll just get, like, a picture of the trophy.
Yeah. That's why I like what we're doing. We're butting up what the loser has to do with next year's draft, and we're making it a point. Like, look, everybody had a vote on Nashville, and then everybody had a vote on the loser, and we're like, yep, we already got like an Airbnb that we're thinking about renting. So it should be fun. I wish it was with like our collective group here in Charlotte because I think that would be a lot of fun. But there's no way in fuck that I'm doing.
There's not enough people.
Yeah.
Like, we have 5 of us, and I feel like Tone, that's not his thing.
Yeah, I don't think Tone's
It's not even really Matt's thing, though, either.
Yeah, he's just getting into it.
Yeah. Well, he's done it he's done it a few times with us. Like, he comes in and out, but he always says, like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. I'm in that, and then Sarah got us into like a pick'em league where you just choose a NFL team every single week. If they win, you advance. Within the first 4 weeks, if you lose, you can buy back in for $20. And the winner takes home like thousands of dollars.
Do you have to? It's like a Survivor league where you can only pick the same person or the same team like 1 week.
Nope.
Oh, so like Rob has one of those going. If you want it, I can send you that.
Okay.
And it's like I didn't get in, but it's like you pick matchups, so it's the same thing.
Yep.
But you can only pick that team once throughout the season.
Okay.
So like you have to really like be strategic with your matchups.
Yep.
About like who wins.
I do like that.
It's like
too.
winner take all. I think it's like $20 to buy in or something. It wasn't bad.
I might have to do that. Those are fun. My dad, when we had the Valley, there was actually for the longest time I wouldn't participate in like any squares. I wouldn't participate in any like that a pick'em style league.
Just makes them more fun.
It does.
Gives you a reason to watch.
I would always watch my mom and my dad do that, and I would like be in the background like pick this person or pick this team. And so like that was something that like we shared together. So when he passed away, I was like, I'm not doing this. I didn't do NCAA. I still haven't done an NCAA bracket for basketball.
I don't know enough about that to even do it, bro.
But it's fun because it never ends up being the top 1 and 2 team ever.
But I just don't even know like who could possibly win. People really know that shit.
Yeah,
that
my cousin Harrison really does. But so I didn't do anything for the longest. But my dad, they used to have this thing that they would do where there would be 6 individuals, and you could be paired up in teams of 2. But there would be 6 squares, and you would pick 5 teams. You would have to pick the over/under on that, and then the final game or game 5 or whatever you would have to pick if you thought the total score was going to be over whatever number you pick. And it was like $600 a week or something like that. And so it would be him and my Uncle Tom on a team. And they would collectively like come up with their teams. Cool, this is it. Like every week you could win, what is that? 6, 12, 24, $3,600. And so like you win 1 week, you win your money back. And then the ladies would have a league that was the exact same.
That's ballsy.
But it was like $100 or like $150 or something like that.
600's insane.
Yeah, it was up there.
How much is your fantasy buying?
$100.
Okay, same.
Yeah.
I don't want to go much higher than that.
No, fuck no.
Especially because now people do like weekly bet. Like B-Set has weekly, basically fantasy. So
really?
He already has the link, and he's like honest to sign up. But it's like $20 a week. You just pick players for that week, and like, but it's like certain. I want to say like you have a salary cap in this one, so each player's worth so much, and you have to build a team.
Okay.
But that like he's like send it to as many people as you want, and so it's like $20 a guy. So like that's like if you win 1 week. You basically paid for the rest of the season to keep trying to win more.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's so wild. And next year, we'll be able to gamble here in North Carolina.
Yeah. That you can gamble anywhere because it's technically DraftKings Fantasy. So you don't even. It's not the same type of online betting. Because I asked him the same thing. I'm like, can I play? And he's like, yeah, it's a different thing altogether.
Interesting.
So I got a link for that one if you want it too.
All right. I'll think
it's
about some of those.
A lot of gambling going. I don't play every week in that one. You don't have to. It's week to week. So like you choose when you want to play.
Okay.
So like that one's just like you can hop in any week you want. Like right now I just have the week 1 buy-in.
Okay. I like that. Yeah, it's wild that football season's already here. I was
it's already in when this episode's out. Like we're already in week 2.
Oh shit, you're right. Damn. Yeah, I've been texting my mom. My sister, and my aunt, and my sister's at my cousin's tennis tournament back home, and she's like, we're freezing at this tennis tournament. I was like, freezing? She was like, it's 60 degrees or something like that.
60 would be beautiful.
Yeah. I was like, oh fuck. I was like, maybe fall is almost here. Lowe's got the apartment decorated all fall, the candles smelling good, and I just have not registered into my head that fall is here.
This rain though's a bitch.
Yeah.
The humidity this morning was 95%. We had 11 miles, and Tone was like, dude, this got to be 80s humidity. So I'm like, let me look. 95%.
So you guys were just like wet the entire time.
My shorts have never been so heavy in my life. Damn. Like they were soaking wet.
Were they your little black ones?
And they're all little black ones, but they weren't the ones you're thinking of. Yeah, so it was not a good time.
No. But good thing is, hoodie weather is almost upon us. fall clothes are almost upon us.
Oh, dude, I forgot to tell you.
What?
You asked me about that interview today.
Yep.
And I told you it went well. But I also forgot to tell you that he asked, there was something about, like, what gets you up in the morning, like, to go to work, or, like, what gets you motivated to get on the phones, because, like, some people don't like to get on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, honestly, like, I think it's because people just roll out of bed and, like, they're just not motivated. I said, I'm up anyways, like, I'm training for a marathon right now, and, like, I was, like, continuing my sentence. He said, wait. He said, you said a marathon, like a full marathon? I said, yeah. He said, you look like you got a lot on you to be running a marathon. I was like, that's what I like to hear, bro. I was like, this dude is about to fucking get me all hyped. I don't care if I get this job or not. I was feeling good.
Damn. So he was saying, like, you look stocky?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah, bud.
Yeah, dude.
You want to know what somebody said to me at work the other day?
You look short.
No. Even worse.
You look like you're losing weight.
No.
You look frail.
No.
What?
What's the one thing that I hate that you guys make fun of me for?
That you're bald?
This motherfucker goes, I said something. I was like, oh, Billy, you just got... Oh, fuck.
What?
Eh.
You don't want to say his name?
No.
Why?
16 minutes. I was like, oh, you just got a fresh cut. And he was like, yeah. He was like, I was like, I got one later on today. He's like, you cut it yourself? And I was like, hell no. And he was like, oh, you got to cut it yourself. Save some money. What do you pay for a haircut? I was like, $60. He goes, you don't have enough hair to pay $60 for a haircut.
He's not wrong.
I wanted to be like, bitch.
He's not wrong.
Yes, he is.
$60 is a lot. I paid $25 for a pair of clippers, bro, and I'm good.
But
I've been going for over a year with these clippers.
You still go to the barber sometimes.
I haven't been since I've been here. I only go for like very like special occasions. Like if I have a wedding, and I really only do that, but or like a wedding or vacation. Those are my only two I really do.
Okay.
And the only reason I do that is just because I want my beard to be as crispy as possible. Respect. It has nothing really to do with the haircut. I mean, also I need to get like my edges touched up every once in a while, like behind my ears and my neck. Mm-hmm. I'm sure that they look rough right now. I'm probably gonna have my dad do it while I'm in Ohio.
Matt'll do it for you.
I don't know about that. He keeps offering, but I don't know. There's something about like letting someone new touch my hair. So
I'll give you some grays.
Oh, dude, I'm very gray.
Yeah, wow, I never noticed
when
that.
I had, I mean, not longer hair, but like when I had a not buzzed head, it was all gray.
Huh.
But I'll tell you why I don't like people touching my hair. When I was joining the Army, I had already enlisted, but it was like I hadn't gone to basic yet. So like you have to go to like these monthly things where it's like a mock basically. Like it gets you ready for basic training. Like you know the stuff that you need to know. Like when you get there, this and that. Excuse me. And I didn't have time for a haircut the one week because like class and stuff was just clashing. And Matt Cox had clippers, but he was out of town. And Dane was like, I'll cut it. And Matt's like, yeah, he used to cut my hair, whatever. Like, just let him. This dude fucked me up so bad, bro. I looked like a mangy dog. And I just had to suck it up because I didn't want to go fully buzzed. But like, it was definitely short. Like, it was almost a buzz, but it was longer than it is now. Yep. And then when I was in the Army again, but this time I'm at basic training, I got staff, so I was on bed rest. For like 3 days, I couldn't leave, and they only take you to get your hair cut once every so often. So, like, you just have to be ready at this time, whatever. Mm-hmm. I couldn't go. But they were still giving me shit about not having my hair in regulation. So this guy who had a beard profile, because, like, he couldn't shave because it gives him, like...
He definitely made that shit up so he could keep
No,
his
you
beard.
have to, like, go to, like, the people there, and they have to say, yes, it's okay.
Okay.
So, like, it gives you, like, razor bumps.
Yep.
He's a black dude. He said it's mainly black dudes. And so, like, they give you this thing so he could keep, like... And it wasn't like he could have this. Like, it's just, like, stubble. Like, just enough to where, like, it's not going to do it.
Yeah.
So he had clippers. He fucked me up even worse than Dane. Like, this was just patchy. My drill sergeant went in on me, bro. He's like, you should have just fucking kept the hair for all this. This won't look any better.
Jesus.
I'm like, oh, my God, dude. So now, like, my dad used to cut my hair all the time when I was a kid. So, like, that one I'm comfortable, like, okay, just go ahead, cut it. Like, he cuts his own hair. Like, I'm like, whatever. We'll make this happen. But somebody new, I don't trust him.
Remember, you might have not known me yet, but back in the day, I had that, like, Justin Bieber hair where I would, like, fucking swoosh my
I used
head.
to have that.
Did you? And my sister was going to cosmetology school. And cosmetology school, is that for hair?
I feel like it is, but for some reason it also sounds like makeup.
Right? That's what I'm going
But
by.
I feel like that's it still.
Yeah, I think it is. Oh.
What else would it be? Hairdressing school? No. I think it is cosmetology.
I think it's cosmetology.
We're fucking dumb, dude.
So she was going to cosmetology school, and for the longest, she's like, let me cut your hair, bub. Let me cut your hair, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you're not cutting my hair. I have one barber. That's it. Somebody fucked me up before, and I only went to my barber for like literally 15 years in a row after that. And so this was before I was so loyal to my barber, and my mom's just like, just let her cut it. Like, she does good work. So-and-so goes in on their lunch and gets a haircut by her. Excuse me, this and that. So one day while my mom's working late, Pops ain't home yet. I was like, fine, sis, you can cut my hair. And so she was like, all right. And so we're in the bathroom. Bro, tell me why. When my mom got home, I went outside. There was tears coming down my face. She fucked my shit up.
That bad?
Fucked my shit up.
See,
I said,
you were crying?
it was just like the anger tears, like, you know, when you get so mad that like your eyes start to water. It was like that, and I was like, she's never touching my hair fucking again.
Was it that bad? Or was it just like not up to like your barber standards?
It wasn't great. I love you, sis, but it wasn't great, and she knows it. I give her shit about it to this day. She's never touched my head since. She's lined me up. That's about it.
That's all I really need.
Yeah.
Because like, I can do the rest all by myself.
Yeah, I would hope so.
It takes me 15 minutes. Well, the only thing that sucks, I can't really see the back. So I'm just like hoping to God I don't miss a spot.
Yep.
But at the same time, I cut it almost twice a week. I cut it like once every 5-6 days. So it's like, is it really that noticeable?
Yeah. Yep. That was a tragic point. But we got over it. We got through it. So that's all that matters.
You plan out this surgery yet or what?
I have an idea of when I would go.
Is it like within the next 12 months?
I would say within the next September, October, November. The next 18 months or 16 months.
Okay. So early 25. Or end of 24.
End of 24, early 25.
Roger that.
So we'll see what happens. If you guys know anybody that wants to sponsor a podcast and wants to give hair replacement, I will give honest feedback. Your boy is going to be looking. He is looking. He's already looked into it.
If they sponsor it, I'll get it done for free.
Fuck yeah. So we might not have it all yet, but we will have it one day. Get on board early while it's cheap. That's all I got to say.
I mean, I don't necessarily know if I'd call that cheap, paying for a couple surgeries.
Over in fucking Turkey it is.
Cheap's a relative term. It's still a big...
That's true.
Big buy-in for a guy.
Yeah. Yeah, that... If it's not the private jet, it'll be a Turkey trip.
So now you're...
No, the private jets, I'll probably do both of them.
That's insane. There's no way I could justify dropping that much money on my birthday.
Only live once, brother.
Yeah, well, I mean, at that point, I'd be already in so much debt from that private jet, I'd just tell him nosedive.
Nosedive. Are you scared of anything like that, like heights or helicopters or mountains? Probably not mountains since you lived in Colorado.
I wouldn't necessarily say I'm scared of heights because I don't get scared on roller coasters or airplanes or anything. But like freestanding like super high, I definitely like get nervous.
Yep.
But I would still do it. It would just really depend on what it was.
What's one adventurous thing that you want to do before you die?
I want to skydive. I haven't done that one yet. But I feel like that's a cop-out. It feels too easy.
It ain't easy. But once you do it, you'll be like...
What do you mean it ain't easy?
Bro, like just the...
Like getting the balls to jump out?
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to force me out regardless. We're already up there.
Facts. But I'm telling you, you'll experience nerves and like feelings that you've never experienced before. It is a wild
I wonder
adventure.
how many times I get shit on. You know, like when you get the nervous shits? Like if somebody ever gets nervous and like shits himself as they're going down, and then like just sprays all over the guy attached to you.
I didn't even have enough time to think. Like my mind couldn't even go to thinking about taking a shit because it was racing in so many other directions. I was driving up to the facility, bro, and I thought, like when I looked up at a bird, like my stomach dropped. I was like, I'm gonna be that bird, and I seriously looking at those thought that I wasn't gonna be able to do it.
Were you like afraid you were gonna die?
No, just scared of the outcome, the journey of it, the actually like getting the cojones to go and do it.
Oh, that type of stuff don't scare me. Like, I think I'd be like amped up for that.
Come to Oak Island with me this weekend, and we'll go jump out of a plane. They got a skydiving place right there.
I don't know if I have the funds for that at the moment.
I wanted to do it in Oak Island, but I guess I'll take a tally and see what friends want to do it, and we could do that next year. I tried to get Ed to do that for his 70th birthday, and he was on board when we were out at a restaurant one night, and then the next day he told my mom, like, yeah, there's no way in hell I'm doing that.
Damn.
I was like, that's fucked.
Sounds like my dad in the boat.
Mm-hmm. Fucker.
All right, dude. I'm just going to be honest. I haven't looked into it. Like I said last week that I was going to look into this, but I want you to talk to me about this whole conspiracy thing around the Maui fires. Because you seemed like you were real passionate about it the other day.
Yes. From a surface level. So I've been looking at it from just whatever pops up, and that's what I like take away from it.
Where were you getting this information from?
Where does anybody get information?
No, but I know that. I understand. TikTok?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they're like videos that I've been watching on it. I haven't like read up on any of it. So listen to this. Chime in whenever the fuck you want. Just stop me. So Maui's in the wildfires in Maui. Every single.
I thought you were about to tell us where Maui was for a second.
No.
You said Maui's in.
Yeah,
I was like, he's not about
wrong.
to tell us where this place is.
The fires in Maui, historically, from what I've heard, do not quote me on any of this. From what I've heard, have never been natural. They've always been man-made because of whatever the conditions in Maui or whatever, like natural forest fires just don't happen for whatever reason. And so all of the...
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Because like Colorado, dude, we had fires all the time.
Yeah, which that makes sense, I feel like. But they said that every recordable fire in Maui has always been some sort of man-made fire by somebody.
Dude, I sound like in my eye. Like I feel like a fucking spaz right now. I wasn't even gonna mention. I was just gonna zoom in on me while you were talking and like just let it show me fucking shaking my eye around. But it feels like when you like flip your lid as a kid.
Oh yeah,
that's what it feels like right now.
Well, that ain't great.
It's weird, bro. But anyway, continue. Sorry.
And so, where do you even start? So this wildfire that currently is going on, or that just happened, was a massive piece of land that supposedly Oprah Winfrey and Jeff Bezos want to buy.
As a couple, they wanted to buy this?
I don't know if it was like a joint venture into something or what, but they wanted to build like a smart city, like a utopia type shit.
When's the last time, before this conspiracy, you heard about Oprah?
On conspiracies. Like,
yeah, I know. Oh, other conspiracies?
Other conspiracies, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, like her and Bill Gates...
Damn, she's hooked up with all these fucking billionaires.
I don't think they're hooking up. They're just taking their billions of dollars.
That.
They might be fucking, though.
Is she married?
I don't think any of them care.
Yeah, I mean, when you got $1 billion, who gives a fuck?
Like, Jeff Bezos and his wife splitting up, Bill Gates and his wife splitting up. I am a firm believer that they did that for, like, tax purposes and to divide the wealth. Dude, you know they're still combined and doing, whatever they're doing.
Right, like the wives are probably just bought into like their own whatever investments they want.
Yeah, but again, I think it was just they're getting so much money that they're like, fuck, one person shouldn't have this much. Oh shit, we get a divorce. Now I only have $100 billion instead of $280 billion.
Did Bill Gates get divorced too?
I think he did. Yeah,
I know for sure Bezos did.
Bezos did. Maybe Bill didn't. I swear they did too, though. But anyways, again, don't quote us on any of this. It's just a fun conversation to have.
Okay.
So they wanted this plot of land. And if you back up to when Oprah Winfrey started to buy land in Maui, there was some other plots of land that weren't supposed to be able to be like sold or developed. And magically, they burned down. Then she got them and now owns like 600 plus acres.
This was before these fires.
Before these fires. She owns like 600 or 6,000, something acres of land in Maui. So then fast forward to this fire that we're talking about. It burns down. And everybody's like, what the hell? Like, how did this happen? This was undevelopable land. But if you go back in the archives, Oprah Winfrey wanted to buy it. Jeff Bezos did. They talked about building a city here, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But it kind of like all went under the radar because, again, this land couldn't be developed on. And so all of a sudden, boom, catches fire. And there's a whole bunch of things that stem from this. So just focusing on the fires, they're saying, one, that Oprah Winfrey is tied to it because this property was also around some of her other property, and her property did not burn down, but everything else around it did. And so there's a conspiracy that there's been these blue buckets, like 55-gallon like buckets.
An actual bucket? So when you told me this last week, I was assuming it was like The trash cans, like the blue trash cans, like everyone has.
You know, like, have you ever seen what liquids come in? They're like big, yeah, like those type things.
Why were those just chilling?
They were just chilling, and every single place where those were, the thing next to it was not burned down. And so they're saying like these blue barrels, we'll call them barrels, were like set there so that way these people that were starting these forest fires,
you knew like not where to.
Yep. Not
like because you can like corral a fire.
Yeah. And so
you can keep it contained, so just contain it away from these things.
Yep.
Were the things where the buckets were owned by them?
That I don't know. But like,
because that'd be interesting to know.
That would be.
But I'd also like to know if these buckets are manufactured by Amazon. Because if they are, that's even deeper in the hole.
Yeah. Because they were saying that even the wildfires that were happening in California, they're taking similarities of this Maui fire and the California ones, and they're saying that in California there was also blue barrels around things.
You know what I want to know? Who found this information? Like, who pays enough attention to random shit to put all this together in the first place? Even if there's no evidence or like no truth to it. The fact that you can connect all these things, it's even like, you remember like the school shootings when like they would have the same person at like every school shooting?
Yeah.
Like the person who like figured that out, that's wild to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. But
I don't know like who finds this weird shit.
Somebody does.
Yeah, I know.
Got a lot of time.
Yeah.
So they tied those blue buckets to like land markers. And another thing that they were saying is that there's a chief police officer in Maui, or like the deputy sheriff, like whoever is the top ranking guy there, is like extremely in with like the elites of the world. And he's been known to do like corrupt things to be able to get shit to pass through or like under the radar. And there's one supposedly road that like leads in and out of Maui. It's like the main highway. He and his police force or troopers were ordered to block that off so nobody could get in or out of it. If you look on that road, on the pictures that they have, everything is desolated. But like the street paint isn't, the street like signs don't have any signs of fire. There's like certain trees that don't have any signs of fires. Like there's weird things where everything, like even cars, are burned to the ground. And there's like little areas where shit wasn't touched.
Was it during this conversation that one of the guys we were with said something about the alarms though? And like there was a reason for this one? I don't remember if it was with you or if maybe I heard it somewhere else.
I don't know.
They said like because it was like you're supposed to set off like a siren or something like that. And it would lead you that way.
I don't think the sirens went off.
I know that, but it wasn't with you that...
No.
Okay, so I heard that those are for, like, monsoons, or what the fuck is... Why can't I think... It's not a hurricane. Like, a tsunamis. Like, those are for tsunamis, so they're supposed to lead you up. And she's like, why would I turn on the tsunami sirens? He's like, you can see the fire, but he's like, if I turn those on, you're supposed to go up. So if I turn them on, they'd be going toward the fires.
Yep.
So they said that was, like, the reasoning that was a thing.
I
don't know how true that is, but that's like what the statement by the chief was.
Yeah, and they also are saying that all of the water was shut off. Watermelon, 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 watermelon. Oh, I thought you had to sneeze.
I started to sneeze, and I'm actually mad. I love to sneeze. Now you fucking took me out, man. This is a conspiracy right here. If I die.
But they also said that all of the water for like the city was shut off. So like people couldn't even try to fight the fires.
That's
if
real
they
wild.
Wanted to.
Damn, bro, he was in here, huh?
It's probably Winston.
Oh, you're probably right.
So that was another thing, is that the water was shut off. And what was the last thing?
Either way, that's crazy.
It is crazy. And like the sad thing is that like some people like, and it doesn't have to be the Maui fires, it can be whatever's going on in the world. But, like, people aren't even open to the idea or thought that something could actually be the other way than what they think. And so, like, again, this conversation, most people would be like, you guys are fucking nuts. It's a conspiracy theory. But, like, what if this shit actually is true, bro?
Some conspiracy theories are true. Like, you can't...
Like 9/11?
We're not going to go there.
Okay.
But, and I'm not saying that I agree or disagree. But I feel like at one of them's right. It just... can't be proved, but whichever one is right, it's crazy that you can cover it up that well.
What do you think about these top echelon people that have all this money in this world? Do you think that they dictate more than what society deems they do? Or do you think we turn a blind eye to the power they have?
No, I think, like, people say it's the government, but I think that it's more like this type of thing. I think it's more like Bezos, Oprah Winfrey, the people who have actual power to do things. These government officials don't have the money to pull off this kind of shit. But, like, an actual, like, billionaire, they have the resources. They have all this shit.
Yeah, but the government officials are tied in with the people that make this world
arguable. Let's be real. The president's, like, just a face. The president alone doesn't have any power. He's just a face. He's a face and he's somebody to fall on, so that when shit goes wrong, the public has someone to blame.
So what about all those people that are in between the president and us?
I don't think that they have the power themselves to influence it. I think they're connected and they take money from the Bezos and the Musk and the Oprah and all these people. They take money to turn a blind eye to shit like this for sure. But I don't think, like, they, without the resources from, like, outside people, could just do it on their own. And I don't even think that they would know what to do.
I don't know. There's so many, like, so much, like, even technology out there that we don't know about. There's so much communication. Like, so I look at it this way. Like, how can I put this in, like, layman's terms to build this up to what I want to articulate? So Jock and Jill are walking down the street, and Jock robs somebody, and Jill doesn't say a word, and they go on with it. And then they realize, like, oh shit, we can get away with this more. And so they do a couple more, and they get really good at, like, robbing people. Then they end up bringing people in, or even, like, drug dealers. You make your first drug deal.
Organized crime.
But again, then they might get affiliated or tied in with, like, say, a police officer that's corrupt. And that police officer will be like, hey, at this time. The mafia. And so, like, you think about it from a little scale and how that builds and builds and builds and builds and builds with this power that these people have.
Sure. All I'm saying is it's just not the government officials. I don't think the government officials are the ones in control. I think it's more so the people like that.
I think they have the influence. And they get stuff in return from the back end of it.
Yeah, they definitely get stuff in return.
So, like, they're the people that are turning the blind eye, but they're getting compensated in the back.
Yeah, they're just...
You don't think government officials have a lot of money? You see Nancy Pelosi makes, like...
I'm not saying they don't have a lot of money.
$150,000 or $225,000 a year, yet she's worth, like, $200 million.
That's from taking money like this. But all I'm saying is I don't think that they are the ones who are masterminding this whole thing. I think it's more so mafia, mob, whatever type of thing. It's the billionaires. People who have, like, a real agenda they want to push. And then they have their own agenda outside. So Bezos, Oprah want to build this city. The government has agenda in terms of policies and shit that's just going to benefit them down the line. So if they can get funding from this to push their cause, then they're both just doing shit on different scales.
Yeah.
But I think, like, the Maui fires, the government would benefit from it, really. I mean, I guess they're getting tax kickbacks from fucking if they build a city there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Way over my head. It's just interesting to see what people put together. That could be the story.
Yeah, I mean,
because I look at it like
a lot of them.
Even like the banks. So these big banks have so much power. They have so much money. They take our money they invested to make them richer.
But what is money?
It's fake. Time is fake.
We're fucking billions of dollars in debt. To who? Who are we in debt to? Who is the U.S. government in debt to?
Right, we give all this money to other countries.
So who holds the bill? Like, who do we owe?
You know that the IRS has never once been audited?
Well, no shit, because they do the auditing.
That's fucked up, bro. They've never been audited.
Well,
that's just like how randomly $10 billion got sent over to fucking Ukraine.
Yeah. Gotta help the little people, you know?
Yeah.
Nah, I hate that shit, actually. Which I don't know if I should vocalize on this podcast, but I don't like it.
We'll steer away from it.
Yeah, it's probably best.
Yeah.
Probably best till we get signed that we don't say anything too off kilter.
No. I just think it's fun. So, like, this conversation is a mindless conversation to have, but I think it's fun, again, to just test the norm or to, like, have fun with these stories because regardless whether it's true or false, like, it's fun to think abstractly that like, whoa, what if this actually is true? What if this actually did happen? What if those barrels were a symbol of something? What if they start popping up more places?
Realistically, they probably were. I think there's a higher probability that they meant something than they didn't.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to think that someone could pull that off without being caught. Like, by any... Because, like, sure, there's, like, people helping them. Either way, like, who are in positions of power. But not all of them are that way. Like, there's no way that everyone is that way.
Yeah. No way, like, everybody's corrupt. Yeah. You know that show, or that movie show, whatever, Squid Games? You think that shit really happens?
No. That one's a little intense.
But, like, bro, isn't that crazy to think about?
Would you play?
I don't think I would get picked for it because I'm not homeless.
I don't think they were all homeless.
They would pick up people off the streets.
Yeah, but that wasn't it. There was a lot. It was like prison and stuff too.
Oh.
Like if I was in prison, I would definitely play. What do I have to lose?
Depends how long I'm in prison. I could probably muster it up a couple years.
I don't know. I think I'd play.
I don't know. It's terrifying. That end scene where they have all those like elite people or top end people
With the little mask.
with the mask on, just fucking finding joy in watching people die, and they're betting on it.
That exists, 100%. Like, it existed in the gladiator days. Like when you like pull in like a Roman Coliseum. That's essentially what that was. People were just watching people fight to the death. But is it any different than a modern UFC? All we've done is evolve. And like get to the point where, oh, we can do this in a skillful way. We don't have to just put two people in here who are trying to murder each other. But even still, like
we'll
I feel
put
like
somebody in there with them so that way they can't murder each other.
But it also wasn't. Like that's not that much evolved. Because if you look at like, which granted it's not based off anything. I mean, not factual, but I'm sure it happened. Like in Django, they got fucking slaves fighting to the death. Like these big dudes just fighting each other for no reason.
I haven't seen that.
It's wild. And I'm sure that shit... I mean, somewhere in this world it's happening probably right now.
That, like,
somewhere,
have you ever...
right now, someone's probably fighting to the death.
100%, bro. There's probably somebody in North Carolina right now fighting to the death.
Okay, that's a little intense. But like, not like... Like, you think in North Carolina there's someone being forced to fight to the death right now?
Bro, I think I think there's somebody going through every single thing right now.
In like, every single state, though? Like, I don't think that someone's being forcibly pit against someone else in North Carolina right at this moment. I'm not saying that it never happens here, but like, the fact that it would happen in this moment, just in this state, is
that's the thing, though.
Outlandish.
Like, we're normal for thinking that can't happen, but it could be happening.
I think it's happening somewhere in the world, but I think it's not here right now.
At least I want to tell myself that it's not happening right here, right now.
Would you watch
somebody fight to the death? No, I couldn't go much further past UFC. I love UFC and the blood, but like I couldn't just watch somebody.
What about like Hunger Games? You ever see that?
I did. Remind me though. It's been a while.
So there's a guy and a girl from each.
Yep.
Like place that they live. Like it's apocalyptic, so it's like end of the world shit.
Yeah.
And so they take a guy and a girl, but they're kids. Like, because they have to be a certain age.
Mm-hmm.
And they get a random draw, but you could volunteer. So, like, the elite people actually train their people, like, from the first top classes. And they send into, like, who are trained. Because, like, then they want to win. Because, like, if you win, you live in, like, luxury for the rest of your life. And only one person survives. And so you go in there. There's weapons. But, like, someone's designing the game.
Yeah.
Like, there's a game master, like, a game maker or something like that. And they design, like, the landscape. Like, and everyone watches it. You have to watch it on TV. Like, everyone in the whole place watches it as it's happening until someone wins. And as you die, like, as people die, like, at the end of the night, it announces, like, who passed away that day.
Oh, man. I don't think I could. I mean, if I was forced to, I would have to. But, like, my brain don't work like that.
You might be forced to go in.
I don't even like when, like, somebody comes up to me and they're like, hey, bro, watch this fight. Like, a street fight? I don't like that shit.
What about, like...
I don't want to see that shit.
Animal violence.
No, I'm not into it.
Oh, my God. I love animal violence, bro. I love watching animals maul each other.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I'm not going to lie. This one's going to probably fuck some people up. Dane sent me this video back in the day. and it was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. It's like a thing of chickens getting like made for chicken nuggets, bro. They like just come down a conveyor belt and right into like this fucking blade, dude, just fucking chopping them up. R.I.P. your camera.
R.I.P.
Looks like we're on the middle one for you for the rest of the episode. We're about done anyway. Now we're just getting into some wild shit, and I don't think anyone wants to hear me talk about these chickens get mauled.
Yeah, no, I don't either. That's some type of videos that makes people stop.
I can't wait to start sending you some videos, dude.
I'll block.
Now that I know, no, there's some good ones. I'll send you good ones, not like fucked up ones like that.
Right.
But there's like some good animal on animal. It's just like, damn, this shit's wild.
Yeah, like I could sit there and I could fucking shoot an animal, knowing that not like a random one that I'm gonna eat, but like I don't like watching the.
That's nature, bro. A lion taking out a zebra or some shit. Like it's just trying to eat too.
That's facts.
You need that.
Send me some videos.
Sure thing.
Cool. I'm glad that this podcast was a little more relaxed.
We're
I
all
love
over
just
the place.
bullshitting about stories and thinking abstractly. If you can't think abstractly, start to. And if you're one of those people that has extreme excessive views on stuff, loosen up. Life's too short.
If you got any cool animal videos, send them to me.
Send them to Dylan.
It's D-Tech.
I do want to shout out, though, our sponsor. Drink this shit, buy this shit. It's extremely good. We're going to have more flavors of Athletic Brewing Co. Coming in. 65 calories for this one. This is the IPA that we always have, but we're going to have more of their other
But they have
ones.
like 4 different flavors coming real soon.
4 different flavors. Athletic Co. or Athletic Brewing Co. And then the other one, Dylan, talk about the sunglasses. We'll link them both in the bio. We're going to start pushing that. We're going to start pushing our merch again. We have a couple of these hoodies left over. We have a couple of our first shirts that we ever released, and we're going to start pushing our bottles. We got more in stock. We have those. And so keep an eye out. Look, support. Everything we do is free except for the Inspired and the merch, but it helps make us be able to improve our setup and stay passionate about giving you guys the best we can at the current moment and state that we're in. Anything? Sunglasses.
Nope. Sunglasses are Optic Nerve. Don't have a pair. I would show you them. But it's in the bio. Code for those is DTI. 20% off that. 20% off that too. But that one's Dylan20.
Buy these online, and I don't know if you guys see it, but every single restaurant or place that I'm going, I'm noticing more and more mocktails on the menu.
I'm seeing that at a lot of places.
Yeah, this is starting to come at a lot of places,
I can't breathe.
and I think that there's going to be a new wave. I think people are sick and tired of going out, and I'm not saying it's going to go away completely, but I think there's a new wave coming with a new generation that is bringing that mocktail type scene. And I think Athletic Brewing is here to stay for a very long time because their products truly are amazing. So support them, support us. We love you. It's on. Kiss your mama's forehead.
Peace.